Hello student, this is Navneet and welcome to my channel E-Learning Guruji. This is another video of the series class 12, Flamingo book chapter number 2, Lost Spring. Lost Spring is a story about stolen childhood written by Anees Jung. Anees Jung जो है इसके ऑथर हैं एंड ऑथर के बारे में थोड़ा सा समरी दे रखी है यहाँ पे. Anees Jung was born in 1964 in Rourkela and spent her childhood and adolescence in Hyderabad. इसमें बता रहे हैं कि अनीस जुंग का जन्म 1964 में हुआ था रौरकेला. रौरकेला इज अ प्लेस दैट बिलोंग्स टू ओडिशा एंड फिर उनकी जो चाइल्डहुड के जो ग्रोइंग जो एज थी चाइल्डहुड की वो उन्होंने कहाँ बिताई? हैदराबाद में. She received her education in Hyderabad and in the United States of America. इंडिया और अमेरिका में उन्होंने जो अपना एजुकेशन पूरी की. And then उसके जो पेरेंट्स थे they were also writer in India and then she has done a lot of work for she was a columnist and she was a writer. She has wrote couple of books. So that was the whole story about. Now this is one of the piece that is taken from her one of the book Stolen Childhood, Stories of Stolen Childhood. ठीक है, तो अब इसमें क्या है? इसमें ये है there are two stories actually involved in this one. So one is about a rag picker जो garbage picker boy है and the other one is a bangle maker's son. ठीक है, तो we'll study one by one. The summary begins now. तो यहाँ पे कैसा है, जो राइटर है ऑथर है अनीस जुंग. द रियलिस्टिक स्टोरी है. सो हाउ इट स्टार्ट्स. समटाइम्स आई फाइंड अ रूपी इन द गार्बेज. दैट्स दैट टैग लाइन. ओके, मैं जो है ₹1 समटाइम जो है मुझे ₹1 मिलता गार्बेज बैग में. ठीक है. वाई डू यू डू दिस? आई आस्क साहेब whom I encounter every morning scrounging for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. अब इसमें ये बता रही है कि जब इनके जो नेबरहुड था, नेबरहुड में जो है बड़ा सा गार्बेज डंप था जहाँ पे सब लोग अपना गार्बेज फेंकते थे और वहाँ पे जो है शी यूज्ड टू सी अ चाइल्ड एंड अ ग्रुप ऑफ चाइल्ड एंड दे वर लाइक बेयर फुट एंड उनके गंदे से कपड़े होते थे. फिर वहाँ पे नंगे पैर आते थे और वहाँ पे जो गार्बेज के अंदर घुस के जो है ढूंढते रहते थे. क्या ढूंढते रहते? वन डे शी आस्क्ड दैट चाइल्ड that what actually are you looking for? आप क्या ढूंढते हो यहाँ पे? And then the child replies that I am looking for a rupee coin. Sometime he finds a 10 rupees. Sometime he finds something that he can sell it out. टिन का टुकड़ा, इस तरह बोतलें वगैरह मिलती है. So when I जब राइटर ने जो है अनीस जुंग ने जो है ऑथर ने जब इस तरह से वार्तालाप किया उन बच्चों से and then she notices few things like they were barefoot, उनके चप्पलें नहीं थी, कपड़े फटे हुए थे, नहाए नहीं थे. So looking at in the condition and the poverty that she could imagine, she has offered them, why don't you few advices that why don't you go to school? आप स्कूल क्यों नहीं जाते हो? फिर वो बच्चे बोलते हैं कि there is no school in my neighborhood, और अगर होता तो I would have definitely gone there. तो इस तरह का वार्तालाप होता है. एंड देन शी सेज मैं आपके लिए स्कूल खोल दूंगी, सो यू शुड ज्वाइन माय स्कूल. इस तरह का वार्तालाप होता है. एंड देन आफ्टर फ्यू डेज the child that rag picker boy, the garbage picker, he visits again the same place because that was the usual routine for him. He used to come every morning and collects the thing, find out the things that he wanted and then used to sell it. And इस हिसाब से अपना दिन गुजार रहे थे. देवर ग्रुप ऑफ रैग पिकर्स, जैसे होता ही आज की डेट में. तो फिर कुछ दिन बाद वो फिर से मिलते हैं. जो हमारे ऑथर हैं, ऑथर को फिर से वो पूछते बिकॉज ऑथर हैज प्रॉमिस्ड दोज चिल्ड्रन और दैट चिल्ड्रन. जो चिल्ड्रन है द बॉय, द चाइल्ड नेम इज साहेब ए आलम. साहेब ए आलम इज दैट एक्चुअल नेम ऑफ दैट चाइल्ड. देर आर अनदर ग्रुप चाइल्ड एज वेल, पर उनका नाम यहाँ पे डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया. तो वो बोलता है कि आपने बताया था कि यू वुड स्टार्ट योर ओन स्कूल, वेयर इज योर स्कूल? एंड नाउ द ऑथर इज फीलिंग वेरी अशेम्ड ऑफ इट. ठीक है, इस तरह से बातें होती है. और जब चप्पल की बातें होती है, एंड शी ऑल्सो आस्क्स हिम कि तुम चप्पल नहीं पहनते हो, इस तरह से तुम अपने फीट को हर्ट कर सकते हो. एंड ही सेज दैट माई मदर डिड नॉट गिव द चप्पल्स टू मी. मेरी मदर ने मुझे नहीं दिया, वो सेल्फ में कहीं रखे हुए हैं. एंड तब तक दूसरा लड़का बोलता है, दूसरा रैग पिकर जो बॉय होता है वो बोलता है कि अगर इसकी मदर देती भी इसको, स्टिल ही वुड थ्रो इट आउट एंड ही वुड नॉट वेयर इट, वो पहनेगा नहीं। तो इस तरह के वार्तालाप होते हैं, ठीक है। एंड देन जब इस तरह से होता है तो जो ऑथर है, ऑथर इज एक्चुअली very displeased with looking at these boys' stories, that how they lost their childhood, where they could have gone to school and learn few things and enjoy the freedom of being a child. So उन लोगों ने अपनी सारी जो है freedom खो दी है, and they are actually doing some kind of child laborer, इस तरह का work हो रहा है अभी उनका। तो उस तरह से जो है एक फाइनली जब टाइम आता है, ये जो है रैग पिकर्स जो आते हैं, सो वन डे जो है दिस होल थिंग, द ग्रुप ऑफ दीज barefoot रैग पिकर्स लीड्स मी टू सीमापुरी। सीमापुरी जो है एक प्लेस है दिल्ली के आउटर साइड में, जहां जो है इनको ढूंढते ढूंढते इनसे वार्तालाप करते करते ऑथर वहां चले जाती है। वहां जाने के बाद व्हाट हैपेंस, एंड ये जो एरिया है, यहाँ पे बांग्लादेश से सारे आए हुए हैं। These are the people in the war of back in 1971 में जो है वहाँ पे आए हुए हैं, और वहाँ पे ये सारे लोग अपनी झोपड़ियाँ बना के वही सब गार्बेज का काम करते हैं, ठीक है। सो देर आर मेनी ऑफ देम, लाइक 10,000 ऑफ रैग पिकर्स आर लिविंग इन देयर। उनके छतों में तिरपाल जो प्लास्टिक के जो है काली वाली या बरसाती, व्हाट वी कॉल इट, पॉलीथीन्स पड़े हुए हैं, किसी के टिन के टुकड़े हैं, दैट्स हाउ दे आर लिविंग, ओके। नाउ और अपने सर्वाइवल कर रहे हैं। सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन द चाइल्ड रैग पिकर एंड द elder rag picker. Elder rag picker is basically that he makes a living out of it, and the child rag picker, it's a wrap for him, it's a present for him, so he's always curious to look more and find out what exactly inside it, ठीक है। So that these are the things that are being discussed, and one fine day in the morning, ये जो छोटा लड़का था साहिब ए आलम, ही वो जो है देखते रहता था नेबरहुड में जब बच्चे खेलते थे, टेनिस खेल रहे होते थे। तो वन फाइन डे what author sees, she saw that the boy Sahib Alam is wearing a tennis के जो है shoes पहन रहा, and similar kind of clothes he is wearing. So she imagines that one rich boy may have given it to him, or a family may have given it to him. And इस तरह से देखती है। तो फिर वो क्या देखती है कि एक दिन अगली सुबह को जो साहिब आलम के हाथ में कनस्तर, एक टिन है, एक टिन होता है जिसमें हम लोग, जैसे टिन हो गया 10 किलो 15 किलो का, इस तरह का टिन लेके जा रहा है, एंड ही इज वॉकिंग टुवर्ड्स द मिल्क बूथ, जो चाय की दुकान है वहां की तरफ जा रहा होता है। एंड देन शी कम्स टू नो कि वो वहां पे जॉब करता है, उसको 8 रुपए महीना मिलता है और खाना भी मिलता है। बट नाउ दिस रैग पिकर बॉय साहिब आलम इज नॉट हैप्पी बिकॉज ही हैज लॉस्ट हिज फ्रीडम। व्हाई? बिकॉज he has been given some work, he is working for someone, so there is no freedom. He has to carry a so heavy bag, canister that is heavier than his bag, uske bag se bhari hai, and that's why he is so unhappy with this situation and this job, ठीक है। Now another part of the story is I want to drive a car. अब इसमें ये बता रहे हैं कि मैं ड्राइव करना चाहता हूँ क्या, कार। So this is a story about a Mukesh. Mukesh is the name of the child who is a son of bangle maker. So bangle maker in Firozabad town में क्या होता है कि everyone is linked to the glass making of glass work and bangles and इस तरह का काम में सारे लोग जो है बिजी हो रखे हैं, सबके बिजनेस हैं। So this is what their destiny is, this is what their dream is, they don't do any other thing apart from this. Now this Mukesh, when author meets this Mukesh says that I want to drive a car, I want to have my own garage where I dent, paint and do some work on the car, and then I want to drive the car in the street. So इस तरह के वार्तालाप होता है। Now she's quite happy with Mukesh because Mukesh is thinking different than the usual person will think in the Firozabad town. Nobody goes beyond the imagination. So this guy is very confident and he gives her certainty that he will have one fine day to drive his car and his own garage, ठीक है। तो इस तरह से ये जो बच्चा है और इनकी ग्रैंड मदर भी यही बात कर रही है, मुकेश की जो ग्रैंड मदर है, कि हमारे यहाँ पे कोई कुछ नहीं करता इसके अलावा, सो दिस इज व्हाट आवर ब्रेड एंड बटर इज एंड दैट्स हाउ दे लिव देयर लाइफ। ठीक है, बैंगल्स बनाने में उनका जो है सारा टाइम निकल जाता है। नाउ दिस इज द स्टोरी ऑफ द होल chapter, and couple of things are discussed, like how the politicians and the other rich people have actually uh, taken the advantage of the poor society. Okay, so that's how the story. Now let's read out the question one by one. Question number one is, what could be some of the reason for migration of people from village to cities? Why do people migrate from village to cities? Definitely there are multiple reasons. Reason number one, a lot of disaster, natural calamity is happening, lot of disaster happening. So what people are living in fear, so they don't want to live in fear. That is one of the reasons. The second reason is poverty. There are no jobs. People feel there are no electricity, there are no food, there are no timely work, and things are not happening on time, so that's why they don't like it. So that's why most people are, again, for education purpose, for job purpose, they are migrating from village to cities. Okay, question 2, would you agree that promises made to poor children are rarely kept? Why do you think this happens in the incidents narrated in the next? Now yes, जब author जो है, author Anees Jung, she made a promise to this rag picker boy that she'll open her own school, and then probably he will have to join, or he can join her school. So she just told him like that. But later on, that the rag picker boy, the Sahib Alam, he thought yes, she may be, he was hoping, he was dreaming that she was right, and probably she'll deliver the promise. But yes, most of the time what we do, we don't care, because we think that we don't take it seriously, what promise, the promise that we make to the poor children. So that is what this happened in the whole story. Now the question number 3, what forces conspire to keep the workers in the Bengal industry of Firozabad in poverty? Now in the Bengal industry of the Firozabad, that is their bread and butter. All they do is they sell, that is a biggest Bengal industry, that is biggest glass industry in the India, located in India, Firozabad. So their bread and butter is make bangles, make glass work, and sell it out. And there are to make a bangle or any kind of glass work, to do any kind of, so there are big factories where so much of heat are produced. So the kind of work they are doing is a very tough, struggling life. So for them, to make sure they are out of poverty, definitely to work in bangle industry, or get some bangle work by their own. So that is what the question number 3. Now let's see couple more things are there. Talking about the text, how in your opinion can Mukesh realize his dream? In our opinion, according to the story, Mukesh realizes his dream because he's a very enthusiastic, he's a daredevil boy. He believes in himself, is very confident, and he has a dream that he wanted to have his own car. He wanted to drive his own car. He wanted to have his own garbage store. He wanted to have his own garage. Now, because of the bangle industry has made people suffer, he was not happy with that kind of work, because his grandmother once told that her son has lost his eyes because of the working in bangle industry. Okay, now next we have mentioned the hazardous of working in the glass bangle industry. Why it was hazardous? Because working in the bangle industry, hazardous was because it was very difficult. The heat that was produced by melting these glasses and designing these glasses and bangles was actually very harmful to the human body. So that was, surviving in that bangle industry was difficult ever that human can imagine. The third one we have, why should child labor be eliminated, and why? Yes, child labor should be eliminated because yes, it is child age is not actually the age where we want to work. We want to be pressurized. That is the according to the author, that is a spring. That is a spring for us, where we bloom, where we learn, where we enjoy the society, enjoy the nature's work. So that is not the time where it should definitely be eliminated in. And as the government is working towards it, so yes, it is almost eliminated, but there are some parts still in India where the childhood is still happening, where the childhood laborers are still given jobs, and that's what the thing is. So these are the few text and the question answers that we did. So I hope students you liked it. If you want me to elaborate on any of the question answer, or do more deeply any session, please do let me know. Do subscribe and share it with your friends so that they can go through and help their studies as well. So thank you, and bye bye. See you next time.